back to another episode of Caffeinated CX, where we talk about CX and stuff all in a hyper-caffeinated state. Welcome back, boys and girls, squirrels and lemurs, ghosts and ghouls, and everyone in between. We're going to be talking about employee appreciation, which is something that everybody talks about once in a great while and then just seems to brush off to the side, and then a lot of employees become faceless names or numbers, and they're never talked to again. Why? Why is that? That seems a little weird, because these people, these employees, they're the ones that the business leaders, the managers, and everyone else works for. So it's not the other way around, really. So, how do we show employee appreciation? Well, first one is knowing their name. Knowing their names. Maybe even knowing their significant other or their kids' names as well. Well, maybe knowing what makes them tick. Maybe knowing what hobby they're into. A little bit about their background. A little bit about them, what their goals are, what their dreams are, right? And then if they have a goal that's either inside or outside of your company, maybe helping them out with a little bit of your knowledge, your wisdom, your insight, your experience, all that jazz. It just makes for a lovely place because, well, it's not in frame if you're watching this, but if you're not, if you're just listening to it, there's an equation up there. It's EX equals CX squared. And since this is a CX and call center and business podcast, well, customers are important. And the way the customers are treated is important. And the way that the employees are treated plays directly into that. Nobody's going to treat a customer good or well as needs be or as well as expected if they're not being treated well themselves, if they don't feel appreciated, if they're not appreciated. So, what are some simple ways we can show appreciation for an employee other than knowing their names and talking to them and knowing them and getting to know them and welcoming them in and being inclusive and all that jazz? Well, transparency is cool. Transparency. Every employee should know how the business is doing, either good or bad. Ways that they can increase their personal or professional development. That's also important. In fact, that's very important because imagine not doing that. Imagine not caring about their personal or professional development. What, you're just going to hire someone and have them in the same position forever? Or do you want to move them up since they have company knowledge, product knowledge, service knowledge, system knowledge? Did I say company knowledge? If I didn't, well, I'm saying it now. So, you want to help them develop. You want to keep them trained. You want to keep them up to speed. You don't want to ghost them. If they have a question, answer it. Even if it's like, to you, a dumb question, right? Now, they say there's no such thing as stupid questions, but there are. Like the question, why are unicorns hollow? That's not a smart question. They're hollow because they need to be. That's the answer. So, I don't know. Also, when they do something great, when something great happens, celebrate it publicly. Shout it from the rooftops. An employee got a 5-star review. Awesome. Share it with everybody. An employee got a 100% on a call. Cool. Awesome. Shout it out. Let everybody know that this person got a 100. That's a big deal, right? Now, if you listen to a call or you spoke to a customer who gave nothing but praises, shout it out. Hey, this person did this. Amazing. Let's all celebrate. Right? It's easy to do. In fact, it's a little bit too easy, especially in today's digital world. You don't literally need to go up on the roof and scream. Nobody's going to hear you over traffic anyway. But with this digital world where everybody is on Slack or Discord or Microsoft Teams, email, right? You can shout that from the proverbial rooftop so everybody gets it. And people like that, man. People like it. So anytime you catch one of your employees doing something great, celebrate it. Praise in public. And praise. Go over the top with it. You don't have to throw them a ticker tape parade, but you could do something, right? Maybe a $5 gift card. Maybe something. I don't know. It's up to you. But celebrate your employees when they do the right thing, when they do something great, when they go above and beyond, when they practice otter, over-the-top empathy and rapport. Positive reinforcement is great. And yes, it is fantastic. And it needs to be done more. Your employees, the people that you work for, need to know that you actually care. And I know you do. I know sometimes it's hard to show it, right? Especially when things get busy or some other thing goes sideways or anything. You need to praise and appreciate the people that work for you and the people that you work for. And it goes up and down the chain of command, right? Everybody should appreciate the other people. Everything good, everything great needs to be shouted out, and then reprimands or negative things need to be done in private. So many people either get that mixed up, or they do both in public, or they do both in private. Praise in public, reprimand in private. The other people on the floor, other people in the business don't, unless it's egregious, don't need to hear that you had a bad call or you went on a bad service run or your product idea wasn't good. They don't need to know that, right? They shouldn't know that. That should be private. That should be between them and their direct supervisor. So remember that. But praise, recognition, acknowledging, that needs to be shouted from the proverbial rooftops. Everyone in the company should know when there's a win by an employee. Doesn't matter what they do. They need that praise. Your company needs that praise because it's all good. There's no reason not to. It doesn't take much effort. And that's it. That's today's Caffeinated CX. Peace, love, salmon sandwiches, all that stuff. Bye.